Hello everyone. I wanted to make this video and give a shout out to these authors that are booktubers who've written this independent novel called Weird Frequencies, Strange Stories by Strange Authors, edited by J. Swick, and mind-bending, exciting, disturbing stories, 13 stories in classic pulp tradition that will take you from the edge of the universe to the terrifying void beyond. And you can get this on Amazon. And why I wanted to shout this out is because it's an independent book by independent authors that are actually on BookTube. And sorry, just taking a wee drink, wee shot of whiskey. But these are writers that have written all these SF, weird, horror, sword and sorcery stories, or you want to call it. They've written them with love, passion. These aren't people getting paid money to write these. These are guys that are just like you and me, that on BookTube are, fans of the genre that's keeping it alive. And I just wanted to shout out the book, and I wanted to go through the booktubers or YouTubers and try and show the wee individual wee intros to their stories, so that if anybody's interested, they can find their names and get more, purchase it hopefully. And if not, they can search up the booktubers themselves on YouTube and start to follow them, and start to get into their channels, because I would follow a lot of channels, and Secret Fire Books and Paul Morton and all, the book graveyard. There's a few here that I would follow on YouTube and watch their stuff, and Secret Fire Books has been the main one that got me onto this story collection. And there's not many people crying out about these, and so I thought I'd give a shout out. I'm sorry for the top down video and on a chessboard here. I don't mean to do that. It's just the best way I have of videoing it at this moment in time. As I say, I want to be a faceless channel. I don't want to have my face on the internet or my name or anything. It's not because I don't trust it, it's just me. It's my head. I'm quite open enough to say it's not for me. I would overthink it, and it would stress me out. So I'm keeping myself very anonymous, and we'll move on. We'll move on, and we'll go to the first story. Beyond the Thick. Paul Morton. I've read this one story, and this is like a Sherlock in space. Weird tales, very good writing style. The monologue of the character, like his inner monologue's very good. It's a very good story. I don't want to say too much in this video. I just want to shout out their names, and I don't want to do reviews yet, but yeah. Second one. Joseph reads books. Bad taste books. Oh fuck. I feel like I jumped there. Sorry. Chris from Minimal Spaces. He's a good booktuber. Say I watched a lot of his stuff. Pardon me. Broken away here. There's too many beers. It's Christmas night. Can you blame me for that? SF Words of Wonder. Story is called The Next Cycle. Ruins of Balnor. I wish I was a better way of doing this, but just going with the flow here. Infinite Text is our channel. Nick, fucking hell, what's going on here? The book really are. The story is called La Fentii. La Fentii? I'm not sure. All things onto themselves. I need to get a good camera. This is fucking this is mental. This is where we're going to have to get better for the new year. Purchase better cameras and a stand so that I don't have to hold the books. I can the story's called. It was on take 3. The story's called Faster Than Life. You can read that and get a bit more about the writers. And as I say, they're all booktubers. They're all guys that you can search up and find them and watch their videos. They're just normal guys like me and you. And but they're very talented. Very, very talented. As I say, going with their I don't want to read his story because his is more of a vision. But going with their channels. And on the story's called The Dig. Fucking hell, this fucking focus is terrible tonight. Going with their booktube channels and the effort that they put in them and the imagination they put in them, their booktube channels. My imagination is, or tell me that their stories are bound to be good. They know these aren't guys that are just throwing out videos weekly for no reason. No, they know what they're talking about. I know that personally as a fan of weird fiction and fantasy novels, sword and sorcery, for over 25 years. I know that these guys know what they're talking about. They know they know the history of the genre, and it's in a good place if these guys can get it started again with wee books like this, because it's a sort of genre where the publishers don't want it to succeed because they're not going to make any money off it the same, because their books and stories are smaller. There's more about themes, and it's not the themes that they want, the big publishers want to be talking about nowadays. It's more, I don't know what you would say. I would say not as woke as what it would be nowadays, but I don't want to go there. I just want to say it's not what the big publishers want to try and publish now. And all these weird tales, shorter stories. That's why these guys don't get published now. It's more not in their market. And the truth is, the writing is brilliant, but it's just they're in the wrong time. If these guys were writing these novels or these stories, say, back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, they would be published easy. And they would probably be good writers and good authors in their own, in their own right. But because they're living in this day and age where everything's against them, that they have to write these novels and independent. And for like say of us who are readers of good fantasy and good SF, the only place we can find them is now independent and fan fiction. But it's not even fan fiction. I know that that's given it kind of a bad name. It's proper authors writing proper stories, but they're just not getting the same publicity and the same limelight that they should be, in my opinion. It saddens me to think that the best fantasy novels that I've read this year and the past few years have been written by independent authors and authors that had to put the work in themselves and push their work out into the world because no publisher would publish them, or if they do publish them, they want to fuck it up. They want to change it. They want to ruin art, in a sense, and this saddens me. And that's why with these wee books here, if you follow my channel and subscribe, and I know it's still a small channel at the minute, and I'm still learning my way, but bar the night, I know the night's kind of strange with the chessboard here, but I'm hoping if you want to find a channel that's going to shout these wee independent authors, strange fictions, weird tales, SF, horror, weird, and fantasy, sword and sorcery, from writers that are writing in their own and not getting published and independent. I'm there. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be buying this work. I'm going to be reading through it because this is where I find that I'm enjoying the stories now. The stories from the old days, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. I'm not getting it in the modern day market. Like my Michael Moorcock and my Jack Vance, it goes on and on. Philip K. Dick, even. All the big SF writers. They're not publishing them sort of stories anymore in the main market. I'm having to find them here on these wee independent novels with these wee independent writers and this wee booktubers that are trying their best to keep it alive. And yeah, I'm trying my best to shout them out. I've bought two of these books. I've got one for myself and one to bring into my work, so that in my work other people could read it. Just to get their names out there, and hopefully people will pick this book up and go through it, maybe see the wee blurb that I've shown you, look up the author or the booktuber and search them up, and once they jump into their channels, they'll find that there's these novels and these stories that just open their imagination and take them to different worlds and different places. And that's what it's all about. These books saved my life in a way too, because they take me out of reality. You know, they take me to another place for a while where it's somewhere different. Not just me anymore. It's another world, and it's good. It's good for you. So yeah, I know I might be dragging on here a bit, like fucking half cut here. Christmas night, having a few beers. I don't mean to do that. I love these stories and I love these sort of novels, and it's a passion for me, and I'm trying to push it out to other people. And I know it's just, as I say, a small channel at the minute, and but if you're a person that likes YouTube, or you're a booktuber and you're wanting to support indie authors in this genre, this is a book to pick up and check out these booktubers. In my opinion, they know what they're talking about, and the heart's there. You know, they're not guys that are trying to make a quick few pound, or they're not trying to make a name for themselves. They're doing it purely for the love of the genre, and for me, that my hat's off to them, because I love this genre of weird science fiction, fantasy, and my hat's off to them. You know, fair play to them for keeping it alive. And I'm hoping to maybe do a review on this book at some stage and get more into it, get a better setup, hopefully get my camera and all, where it's looking down and better than what it is now. But I was just dragging on a bit and still learning my ropes. But all the best, everybody. And if you made it to this far in this video, fair play to you. Because I've been dragging on here a bit, but weird frequencies, strange stories by stranger authors. Pick it up on Amazon right now. Get the paperback. It's definitely worth it. All the best, and a Merry Christmas, everybody.